morning.
Good morning, everyone.
We're going to have some hoopla today.
Lots of hoopla. We are hooping it up big time.
No one's joining us. We're waiting.
Well, hopefully they'll be here soon.
We are going to be, there we go. We got a couple people. Good morning, ladies. We just said we're going to have some hoopla today with Peggy.
Yeah.
She's getting ready here.
Lots of Halloween hoopla.
As people are joining us, there we go.
Okay.
Aren't these cute? I'm just going to zoom in for close-ups. This one's my favorite. We're at Memory Bound in Ankeny, Iowa. We're going to be showing hoops today. This is a 6-inch hoop. I almost said 9 because it was upside down. But I know it's a 6-inch hoop. We're going to be doing hoops. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Who knew? Who knew?
Who knew they could be so much fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know it.
And Peggy's going to be walking us through how to make one, and we've got a variety of other ones.
I know.
So
I got
cute.
started and I just couldn't stop. They were just fun.
Do we want to let's show Kelly's kit first while we're waiting. So Kelly made a kit. It's called Monster Mash Album, and we've showed this before. And how much is it, Peggy?
This kit is $42.99, and you get everything you need to make it, including the album, the string, the ephemera, even the nouveau drops.
Oh, wow.
In there. So that is all in there, all the die cuts and all the directions that you need. And it is absolutely adorable. Look at the spine.
Oh.
I mean, attention to detail there. Detail, detail, detail. I mean, a die cut here, so cute. Pockets. Flip pages to put your pictures on. Look at that.
There's lots of little details.
Lots and lots of details. I mean, the tags. I mean, how cute is that?
The kits are so nice because you can put it together and finish something.
Right?
I know that's why I like kits, because I actually finish it.
I mean, look at that. Look at this tag with the so cute. I love the little border up at the top there. So many, I mean, lots of room to put your photos. You can even, pop things inside the pockets there. A little mini album kind of thing there. Look at that.
Yep, so we've still got some of those kits.
Yeah. Very, very cute. Regardless of what you dress up as or what your kids dress up as, it's going to go in here because it has all the colors of Halloween. Pumpkin carving.
Oh, Candace watched someone put it together. Her neighbor,
look at this one.
Cropping. She said it was really cute.
How cute is that?
Yeah.
And with the string, I mean, gosh. Look at that.
Yeah, someone's ordering.
I like the belly band there. Isn't that just so cute?
Adorable.
Yeah. And you can just, you can tuck the little cut aparts. You can tuck pictures. You can put your journaling in there. I mean, how cute. Halloween all the way across. So adorable. So adorable. Yep. Love it. Love it. That is just a really cute little keepsake that you can put on your
Let's
on
show
your
some
shelf.
of these things now.
Okay. Where do we want to start? So, should we start here?
Sure.
Okay. We will start with some die cuts. We had a lot yesterday that we showed. We have more today. So we've got if you're a baseball fan and the Major League playoffs are going on right now. So,
but that's softball.
This is softball, and I should know that because I used to be a softball coach, a high school softball coach even.
Wow.
Optic yellow.
Yeah.
Okay, how
old
is
it? Baseball.
When I first started coaching softball, the ball that we used in games was white.
Yes.
That's how long ago it was.
Yeah.
It is now optic yellow. Baseball. Look at that. Look at all the pieces you get in that. I mean, how cute. It's like having one of the page pieces from Simple Stories.
Yeah.
I think that's the same one. Okay. And then we have music, which is real similar. with all the pieces. I think those are all the same. Oh, and then this goes with the music. The words. I love these. Nice. I love these sticker sheets.
I do too.
You know, they're small enough that you don't have like millions of them, but big enough that you can read them and you have plenty. So then we have the school ruler kits. So they go from what, kindergarten? Oh, preschool. All the way up to 12th grade in the kit with the sticker sheet, which is really nice. And then we have, oh, if you've been to Omaha lately for the Omaha Zoo, lots of fun papers. We have, if you're from Madrid, which I am, there's one for the high school.
We got to keep those in stock for Peggy.
If you are on vacation, go to Las Vegas. Let's see. Lots of state things. We've got Statue of Liberty, and I like that. It's got the longitude and latitude cool. on the back. North Carolina, if you are traveling, in the back. Do these glare at all? South Carolina.
We can see them.
Okay. And then for the nurses in your life, for the medical professionals, any of those hospital visits that you make. And then, I know Katie's shown this one before in her state album.
Oh yeah.
So that's a nice front page
to check off all the states you've been to.
And to go with that softball die cut, we have the softball paper.
Cute.
And then we have both the right and the left for your layout. Softball papers.
Awesome.
Which make really fun, easy layouts. NASCAR is coming to Newton. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So this will be great paper. You can use it this way, you can use it this way. Whichever way. It goes both ways, I think. And for those more solemn occasions. And I do like the back of that. I like this down here.
Oh, that's
nice. Really pretty. And to go with it, and then we have baptism. I just think this paper is beautiful. I love kind of the watercolory on the bottom. I like the gold in it. Confirmation. And then we get to music. Drums. Back. We have a guitar player. I like these two. I like the border around. I was going to say clarinet on this one, but it's really the oboe.
Barbara has a question.
Sure.
Is there different papers or only one design? I'm not sure what you mean, Barbara. Can you ask it a different way? And what is the cost of those?
What are they usually, like $1.29?
Well, I'm not sure. Where's the bell? Ding, ding.
Oh, the cost on these papers.
$1.29. $1.29 is the cost. I'm not sure what your other question was, Barbara.
There's that. And I like the piano keys on the back. That's a nice background too. Oh, the trumpet. I mean, we have this time of year, marching band is in full swing. Marching band contests, parades, halftime of football games, and then just musical staff. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
That one's nice. Okay. That's our new stuff here. This right here?
No, this one,
right here?
I think.
Okay. All right, we'll continue with paper. I think this is the full 50 state set. So Alabama to Wyoming. You get all 50 states. So you get the map on the front with the nice border, and then you get the state name on the back with different highlights of different places of interest within the state listed there. So that's kind of cool. So we have that back in stock. We have,
oh my gosh, I love
the
this.
trims. These
From
central
49
trims from 49 and
Oh, look at the black.
and the
Oh.
ecru. Is it ecru?
Oh my
Or
gosh.
sometimes craft color.
How much are those?
There's no price on them. They're not priced yet.
All right. I need
So we
one
don't
of
know,
each.
but yeah, I like that they're three
the black
different
would be
widths.
perfect for Halloween.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I bet you could dye the white to match different
Oh, yeah.
projects too, don't you think?
Yes.
Okay. And then we have the window frames back in stock. Is that what they're called? So the Tim Holtz.
The name's in the upper corner here. The baseboards.
Baseboards, okay. So there's that. And, oh, here's,
Legos.
yes, Legos. For those master builders in your life.
Have you seen that Lego show?
I have not. I have not. I should. My grandsons are really getting into Legos right now.
Oh, fun.
Maybe restock on
Oh, yes.
Acorn Lane.
Acorn
This
Lane.
is such a popular. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I love the blues and the golds and the browns, and that's so
They're
pretty.
gorgeous.
And we have 6-inch
Yeah, you guys are all going to want to buy 6-inch hoops. Put them in your
Go with our
carts
hoopla
now.
today, our Halloween hoopla.
Yeah.
And then I think we have restock on some of these stamps. So from woodware, we have the Christmas postmarks stamp. We have the winter bauble
Pretty.
stamp. I like that one too. And then I love these for backgrounds. The scratched background.
Yeah, that one's
so
really
nice.
nice.
So very nice. I think is that it then?
All right. Yep.
Okay. All right.
get
There's
on to
all
the
of our new
hoops.
stuff. So we'll get back to our hoops. And we'll get going here. Well, first of all, we have a couple of cards to show. We have a couple of birthday cards that we want to show. Because, you know, this is Memory Bound's 22nd birthday week. So we still have do we still have our 22% or our 22
Yes.
things that are on sale this week?
Yes, all week.
Yep, that's good. So we have card. Isn't that so cute? I love the wine glasses. Isn't
That
that
paper
cute?
is very
I know.
cute.
And I love the metallic there. That is so
Yeah.
cute. And this one is from Sarah. So happy
Thank you,
22nd
Sarah.
birthday to us. So that's really a nice
Cheers.
card.
I guess I need to have a glass of wine to
I like how
celebrate
she's
Memory
stamped.
Bound.
Yeah, she's stamped on the back, created by Sarah.
Oh.
How cute is that? And then our second one that we got is wishing you a birthday to remember.
Nice.
So yes, we thank everybody. This is from Virginia and Linda. So we thank everybody
Thanks,
for
ladies.
the cards and the thoughts and
We're having a great birthday
just the
week.
happiness. We are having a great week. We kicked it off with our crop last weekend, and the fun just keeps rolling.
We are out of the magazines, ladies. So.
Oh, darn it. Darn it, darn it.
No.
Well, we're going to get started on these Halloween hoops. As I said at the very beginning, when I first put together the first hoop, I actually saw a picture of a couple of pillows, and that is where my inspiration started. And I thought, oh, I could do that on a hoop. Why not try it in a hoop? And so I took one of these 6-inch hoops home and cut a little bit of paper and played around, and the next thing I know, I had this mummy.
He's so cute.
And I'm going to show you guys how to put him together a little later here today at the end of the demo. We'll show him. I'll bring him out here. So he's just the paper with a little bit of ephemera. The ephemera here is stuff that I had old in my stash. So because it was the night that I was playing around, but I just really liked it, so I didn't want to take it off.
Yeah. But
we
have
so much ephemera.
FaBOOlous and that you could put on there.
I know. I brought some of that out here.
Don't get stuck on that.
Yeah. So yeah, don't. The FaBOOlous ephemera package has so many
all the
cute
stuff.
pieces. I mean, between the jack-o'-lanterns.
And this is on sale 22%
right.
off. So
the eyes, how cute would that be even to put on him for his eyes? But we've got, the ephemera from Simple Stories. We have it from Echo Park. We have a couple different lines that have ephemera from Echo Park. We have ephemera from Doodlebug. That also, we have a few bits and pieces from Doodlebug that, oh, it's right here. That's why I couldn't find it. From Doodlebug. I mean, it has great pieces that you can put along the edge of your hoop, regardless of how you do it. Up. Yeah. Up. Okay, like that. So many fun pieces that you can put on there. So we have lots and lots of things. So yeah, like Teresa said, don't get stuck on the fact that, you know, I have this and this is stuff from my stash. You can put anything in there, and I think that's really one of the fun parts about doing these hoops. I am actually going to start over on this one right here, FaBOOlous. And this one I started off by using the 6x8 paper pad and the, is it easier for me to go this way for you?
Yeah, just angle it a little bit.
Okay.
There.
So I started off with this one by the background paper is the gray triangle and the dot. So you just trace around that paper, you cut it out, and you glue it onto your hoop. I used just some regular black ink that I had at home and my blending tool, and just rubbed it on the frame of the
wood part?
The wood frame. So just rub that on to kind of give it some color, and then I cut strips of paper from the sheet of paper to go around and glued it on the outside, and then I also trimmed it out to glue on the inside. So these are 3/8 inch strips of paper that fit just perfectly along the outside of your hoop. And you can leave it bare if you want, or you can dress it up. I kind of like to dress it up, as you'll see as we go along. And the pieces that I used in this are all from the FaBOOlous page pieces. Now we are sold out of that because it's been on special this week. Darn it all, but you know, it's so cute. But you know, like last week when I showed the Home Sweet Home kit that we did that used the page pieces, you can use any page piece. Simple Stories is so great. Any of their page pieces, you can create a hoop so quick and easy with it because you get so many pieces. You really don't have to add anything to it. The only thing I added to this to the page pieces when I put this together was I had a little charm for Halloween that I added, you know, with a little bit of string up at the top. And then you can see I kind of splattered a little bit of black ink in there too. So I just used, you know, a splatter brush and splattered some ink just to give it a little bit of color on the inside too. So that is just how quick and easy this hoop is. So fun.
I want to make a fall one. With that acorn line. Oh, that's what I want to do.
Wait till next week. I've got one coming. Okay. It's a 10-inch one though. Woo. All right, so then we're going to move on. We'll go to our little black cat here. And so again, the hoop that I used, I'm going to actually pull my hoop out here. I can't. The hoop that I used, I just inked it up with the Villainous Potion because I knew I wanted to use some purple in with the cat. So I inked it up with the Villainous Potion. And you just take your blending tool, or you can take your ink pad and just go over it like that. Mm-hmm. It's really easy to do. You don't have to have any special tools or anything like that to do it. Very, very simple.
Peggy, what do you think about the fabric? You think that would fit in there okay?
Yes, I do. I really wanted to make his bow tie out of fabric. I just didn't have any at home. But I think the fabric would work well, especially if you,
Doug?
You can, I think if you take your hoop apart and you used your fabric, and just like if you were going to embroider on the fabric, you would put the fabric in between the two hoops and pull it taut and tighten it up. And then you can just glue it inside on around the between the two hoops, and that would keep it nice and tight. So I think you could create a nice backing that way, or you can use it for the front of your hoop too. I think the fabric would be fabulous.
Ooh, I got to do a Christmas one now.
Yeah. So I think
with my Christmas fabric.
I think it would be fabulous. On this one, I just used from Echo Park a little bit of the Monster Mash paper on the outside with the skeletons on the back side. So cute. I love them. And then on the cat, I thought, well, you know, I cannot draw a stick person, so there's no way I was going to be able to cut out a cat on my own. So I thought, well, I'm just going to use triangles and create his face.
Yeah,
so
that's easy.
So, you know, rectangles and triangles is what I use to create his face. They're 1 1/4 inches wide. The body is 1 3/4 inches long. These are 1 1/4 inch squares that I just cut in half diagonally to create that and laid it in there. I actually laid it out on a sheet of just black cardstock first and then cut around it so that I could then use my foam adhesive to pop it up a little bit. It's kind of hard to see that it's popped up, but he is popped up just to give him a little bit of depth there. And then I did stitch his whiskers, drew his mouth on there, and the googly eyes. The googly eyes. I just thought, you know, he's kind of a funky little cat, so let's put some googly eyes on him and let's let those eyes move a little bit. And then his bow tie. I thought he needed a tie for Halloween, for the Halloween parties that he's going to go to. So I just took some rectangles of paper and kind of scrunched them up here, and then glued them together, and then wrapped a little strip of color around it, and put a star sticker on there just to give it a little bit of, you know, extra color. The Tim Holtz Funky Leaves, I think is what they're called. I just used the inside of a couple of the leaves there. That's to really die cut those, just to give it a little dimension, and glued it onto the hoop. And then Katie tied some ribbon on there for me because I'm tie challenged. So Katie tied some ribbon on there, and that's, I mean, it's so cute and so easy to do. The sticker here came from the sticker sheet here from the from the Cartabella line from last year. And we have a number of those sticker sheets available too, so you can get that.
Okay. I need to tell you guys, if you're having problems with your cart, I've seen a couple, so call the store if you're having problems, because it's working for us here. So if you just want to give us a call, and maybe we can assist you with that.
Yeah.
And then somebody else asked about what glue to use with the fabric.
Oh, I don't know on fabric.
Would you glue it on the back, or just put the fabric in the hoop?
I would put the fabric in the hoop.
That's what I would do,
and then I would maybe, if you could get some fabric glue and glue it like to the inside, or, you know, along the edge of the hoop.
Yeah.
Like, so you're in between the hoop, so you can kind of cover those raw edges on it. I would do that, but I would think that the hoop would cover it.
Unless you want it to be, you know, to have the threads show. Sometimes I like to do that. So,
you know, if you put it from the back and have the threads show out the front, that would be kind of cool looking, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But on all of my hoops, the glue that I use is the Nouveau glue for all of my pieces, and it holds really, really well. And I have so become a convert to this glue. I didn't used to, I've said it before over and over, I didn't used to use liquid glue much, but I use this all the time. It seems like it's always open on my desk.
Somebody says Fabri-Tac.
Fabri-Tac?
We don't have that here, but
yeah. I mean, I'm sure that's a fabric glue that you can get at a fabric store or someplace. Oh, and I was going to go back to this FaBOOlous one too. If you don't want to cut paper to go along the outside edge of the hoop, I have discovered that the thinner washi tape that comes in this set fits perfectly. It fits perfectly on there. That's and great. You can just, you know, run it around. So that is also an option, and I've done that with a couple of hoops, bigger hoops, and it's worked out really well. I've really liked how that's gone.
Dee Becker made a smaller 4-inch hoop using the music fabric at the crop, and she didn't need glue at all. So
it stayed in there. That's good to know. Yeah.
Thanks, Dee, for sharing that with us. I'd love to see it.
Yes. Please send us a picture of it. So those were these first two that we did. fun, fun, fun. We're going to move on to this one here. And this is one that I use stencils and dies and things like that. I just wanted to try some different things out. And, oops, I'm sorry. Here, we'll do this.
It works, yeah.
We'll do this. We'll put them on here. Hopefully I have them straight. There. Okay. All right, so on this one, what I started with is I just started with a spider web stencil and white paper, and that is the back.
Paper that was.
It's plain white paper that I started with, and then I used the carved pumpkin ink, distress ink, and I cut my sheet out, I laid my stencil over it, and then I just inked the sheet up. And I got a little bit darker around the outside and not quite as heavy toward the inside. So a little bit darker to a little bit lighter. And this just gave it such a nice background because I could create my own in whatever color I wanted, which was really nice. And then what I did, Tim Holtz to the rescue, and his what's this one called? Moonlight die. And again, this moonlight die, you get two different sizes of moons. I used the smaller one and I cut it out in two different colors of paper, and then I used my pumice stone ink and kind of went in there to darken it up a little bit, kind of like the picture on here. I used some black paper. I cut out the different bats on there too, and then from there I covered it with paper, the bat paper, to kind of go along with the bat theme in there. And then the tree is an old IO die that I had. So if you have anything like that, or you can even find there's a tree right there that works. Yeah. That will work right there. And this is the die sheet, and the pumpkins that are on here are from that same line, and I believe this came out of the ephemera pack from the Hocus Pocus line. The little ghosts on here are from that sticker sheet as well, and the RIP, I fussy cut that, but I believe it was from one of the cut aparts in that same line. So this is all from the Hocus Pocus line. So if you have one of those sticker sheets, you have all the pieces that you need on this. And then, because Santa Claus, I just loved the Santa Claus, and you get this alphabet with this die, so it isn't just for Christmas. You can use it for any season, any celebration, anything, and you can create your words. And these letters were the perfect size to kind of create that spooky banner across there. I cut out the little string that goes with it, and then I just glued the letters onto it. And you can see my letters don't stick to the page. They're kind of suspended out there. And I kind of liked leaving them out like that. It still gives it dimension, and I didn't really have to cut like my dimensional tape like really thin to try to keep it in place. It stays in place. And again, I use the Nouveau glue to stick the letters down onto the banner or onto the strip here, the string, and they stay right there. There's no problem with that. So that was how that one is made with the stencil and just the different pieces. I'm gonna lay in. I don't know if I can get them back up here or not. Then we'll go to the pumpkin. And the pumpkin is made with the Halloween line from Cartabella, from this year's Cartabella line. And he's kind of a fun one too. Let me make sure I get him straight. So what I did with him, I used the carved pumpkin ink and went around the edges of the hoop to give that color. I used just the, actually this sheet here is my background from the 6x6 that I had. There it is on the back, so you can see it. I just cut it to 6 inches. You can, even though these are 6-inch hoops, they're just a little bit wider than 6-inch if you cut your paper to go all the way around the back. But if you use the 6x6 papers, they are just the perfect size to go around the outside of the inner hoop. So you can still get, you know, some color on your back that way, and this is going to fit and cover everything, and it's going to be a very nice backing for your hoop. Now the next thing I did with this is I then cut, I traced just a piece of white paper actually for the inside, and then I put my pumpkin together. These are actually 1-inch wide strips of paper from the 6x6, and then I tore the edges so that I could get that white, because cute. I kind of wanted a quilty look to them, you know. I just kind of wanted to put them together like that, and then I laid them onto the circle that I'd already cut so that they, you know, would all be together, and then I just trimmed around it. Then what I did, I took the Sizzix triangle dies and cut a couple of eyes for him, and this I just kind of free-handed, so I didn't have a die or anything like that, but you can just cut a circle and cut it in half and then cut out the teeth, and that'll work, you know, for the smile. Sewed on a couple of buttons, and then I used my dimensional tape and put it on the back of this piece so that when I laid it down it would still stay up just a little bit to give it a little bit of dimension. Popped them back down there, and then I used the IO die here, the pumpkin die, and cut a couple different colors of pumpkins. I had this ephemera heart in my stash. This is a little banner from an ephemera piece, and then from those funky leaves again, I'm starting to use those funky leaves. Those are all right there. Those are all in there. So, and then up here, this is an old die that I had too because I was just playing around, but this is one of the funky leaves, and I kind of curled the top of them just to give them, you know, a little bit of dimension. I inked a little bit there too. Again, the inside of the funky leaves, kind of tuck those in. The stem is just, you know, brown paper, a triangle that I kind of curved the edges on, rounded the edges and stuck that on. Put the funky leaf there, and then just a little bat sticker. So you've got a stem with a little bit of vining, some leaves on there.
Everyone's loving them.
Cute.
Super cute.
He turned out real cute too. And then we'll go to Mr. Mummy. And he really is my favorite of all.
I think he's my favorite too.
And with Mr. Mummy, he is basically just a few sheets of white doodlebug paper that they're 1-inch strips of paper that I used, and I just cut the strips. There's 8 strips in there, and I just used some different patterns, as you can see on there, and I used my distresser and just distressed the edges of it. And as I was doing this, getting ready for today, I thought, you know, you really only have to distress one edge of it. You don't have to do both, but I did do both because I wasn't thinking at the time, but you really only have to distress one because only covered. Right. Yeah. So you really only have to do one. And so what I did, I've kind of got this one started to put together here. And so I cut out my backing sheet and I glued it on. I am going to leave this just natural for right now. And then I took, because you can kind of see where his eyes are at, this little behind his eyes. So I cut a piece of black, and any kind of black little subtle pattern will work. And this fits right on the inside of my hoop. And it doesn't have to be an exact fit. Don't ever feel like it has to be an exact fit, because that's pretty tough to do. But just so it fits in there, because what we'll do is we're going to take, you know, our dimensional adhesive, whether you use the squares or you use this, you know, the tape or whatever. And if you are a foam tape addict like I am, you can find this huge roll of it, and this is really for those of us that need to own stock in the company. Is a perfect thing for us. But you're going to end up taking your foam tape and you're going to, you know, put it on the back of your piece, and it's going to go down. So you don't have to worry about an exact fit with this. But what we'll do to start with is we're just going to take our distress ink, and I use pumice stone because I just like the softness of it, and I'm just going to, oops, there goes part of our display, and I'm just going to ink. And you don't have to be, you know, real fancy about it. You don't have to be real exact. You just have to give them some color, and you only have to do one side of it. So as you do it, oh, I'm sorry. So we'll put them up there. Oops, that didn't work so much. But yeah, you just have to do one side of it as you go. And even on this one, as I was distressing it, I tore them a little bit, but that's okay because, you know, mummy tape tears. It's all right. It still works. And so we just kind of ink these along. Whatever side you want to use, actually, I want to use this side. And the pumice stone is really a nice color to use because it just gives that little dimension that you want on here. So that's how quick and easy it goes to shade these things. And I used 8 strips on here, so we're going to ink those up. 5, 6, 7. And you know, the pattern, I used, I think 4, maybe 5 different patterns on here. And the nice thing about the Doodlebug paper is that, you know, it's 2-sided, 2 patterns on there. So you don't have to buy lots and lots of different sheets of paper. You only have to buy a few, and you can get the 2 different. I used I don't know if it was, is it called white? I can't remember. But the white, whatever the white is on there.
Janet might link it for us.
Yeah. So Janet, if you could tell us what color it is, that would be great. So there, I've got all of my pieces inked, and that's how quickly it goes. So within just a couple of minutes. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to lay these strips down. And I am just going to put a little bit of tape on there, and I'm going to find that. I'm just going to lay them on there. And you don't have to be exact about it either, so that's kind of the nice thing. And they don't have to go straight across. And I'm just going to tuck a little bit. I should go the other direction, but why? Right? That would make sense. Oopsie. But yeah, you're just going to kind of tuck it, go a little, angle it a little bit so it's not quite straight all the way across. Find a different pattern on there. And you know, the one thing about it, and one of the reasons why you see that I'm kind of messy with my tape on here, is that, you know, mummies, when they're wrapped, some of their wrapping are looser than the others, so it doesn't have to be real tight on here. This one next. And so now, I think I've got him up as far as I need to get him to go here. So now we're ready to kind of put his eyes in place, or give him a spot for his eyes. We'll kind of open that up a little bit. And then I'm going to just take a little bit around here because we're going to wrap around his head. And just give his eyes a little opening. So his eyes are going to go right in there. Throw this in here. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. And see, it's just, you just play with it. You just kind of play with your papers and, you know, decide where you want to go. Make sure that, you know, things are covered where you want them to be covered, or not covered where you don't want them. I see I got 2 next to each other, but that's okay. Okay, so now we have, there's his face right there, and that's how quick and easy it is. We see the back, and we're just going to trim him out. So we're just going to cut around him. So you can see just how quickly these hoops can come together and how cute they can be. 1-inch strips of paper, distress the edges. All of these strips were cut to 6 inches in length so that I knew that I would have enough to go all the way across the circle even at its widest point. And then I'm just going to cut around here, and he'll fit right inside my hoop.
At this point, we don't have any kits made up with these. There is a hoop in the Merrymakers class that we're having, and I will, at the end here, I will take you over and show you that. It's a part of the Merrymakers, but maybe there'll be a Christmas one. I told Peggy she needs to do a Christmas kit.
I know it.
And there are different size hoops too, Peggy. What sizes do we have?
We have 6 inches and we have 10-inch hoops.
So if you wanted to do a bigger one, or if we run out of the 6-inch,
right?
But we'll get more. We'll get more.
And we'll be showing the 10-inch hoops next week, so you'll see more there.
Yeah.
And really, once you get started on some of these things, it is just so much fun to do.
Be creative.
Yeah. The next thing I did is put his eyes together, and I just took, you can see, on there that his eyes have a little bit of a stencil to it. So I just took my little...
I didn't even notice. Oh my gosh.
So I just took it and inked, on his eye. And we'll just do that real quick here.
Oh, we also have the 3-inch hoops, Peggy.
Oh, fun.
They're super
are those
cute.
the ones you did your ornament with?
No.
Okay.
But I could have. It would be super cute to do. I'd used a 2-inch.
So yeah, you can still
thing, but a 3-inch one.
I'm not doing a great job of
figure out what I can do with the 3-inch ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could always leave it white too. If
you can leave it white if you don't want to. Yeah, exactly. I just did it because at the time I wasn't sure what I was going to do with his eyes, and then I just did it, and so you see just how quickly that really goes.
I'm like, do I have a spiderweb stencil? I'm going to have to look at my stash.
We have one. I had one over here. Where did I put it? Oh, right here. We have one.
Yeah.
We have that one in stock right now that I know.
It's an Echo Park one.
Yep. And you can use any kind of little Halloween stencil on it that you want to use. I think
I probably have something I could use. But you never know. Might need a new stencil.
And of course, when I did this at home, I really wanted to put googly eyes on him, but I couldn't find my googly eyes.
What?
So I know.
I tell these guys all the time, I have some in my regular stash and some in my Halloween stash. Because I had that problem, I couldn't find them one time.
So I used these. These are from what Maggie had last year. I don't know if we still have more of these or not. These are Tim Holtz ones. But we have a lot of different sizes of googly eyes.
Yes, and what is the sizes on your circle eyes?
Oh gosh, those are, they're from a punch that I had at home, and I don't know, maybe...
We'll get a ruler.
Yeah, we'll get a ruler up here. Okay. So, then you just want to, glue on.
We need a ruler, and can you tell us if we have those eyes of Maggie's? These eyes, if we have more of those.
So I think he would be really cute with googly eyes.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm just going to glue those on there.
Thank you.
I'm thinking they're not more than like an inch, maybe 1.25 inch circle. 1.5 inches, an inch are the size of the circles. So those are the size of your circles.
They're whatever size circle
whatever
you have. It's okay to use what you have too.
And then we're just going to glue the googly eye on there. What you looking for, honey? This?
Yeah, unfortunately, there was only one of those.
Is that all? I thought there was one other one.
Yeah, but I just pulled it for the orders, so I'm looking for the hoops.
Right in the tote over there.
I know. So you want 3 of the hoops?
So yeah, we just glue on the googly eyes there. I'm going to let that set for just a moment. So there he is. There's his face right there. And then up here, because his tie, he's got to have a way to tie all that mummy cloth up at the top of his head. And maybe he's a girl. Maybe instead of boys girl.
We don't have those Tim Holtz eyeballs anymore, but some of you probably have them at home. But the googly eyes will work perfect.
I mean, and googly eyes were really my first choice. But I just took from one of these strips, I actually just kind of cut across. I didn't measure. I'm not good at that. But I just went from the corner and kind of cut down to the bottom. And then did the same from the bottom up to the corner. And that's how I made that triangle. So nothing scientific about it, not a lot of measuring to go on with it. You just make them a couple different sizes. And then I just took my glue. Let's see. And glued that on here. So I put it on the inside because that's where it starts from. That's where all of the mummy cloth is at. So I had to come from there. I'll hold that for just a second while it gets glued on there.
Yes, it would be a great project to do with grandkids.
Oh, with kids, yes. I think they would just have so much fun because there isn't a lot of little pieces or anything like that, and you don't have to be exact with it, and that's what I really enjoyed about doing it. You don't have to be exact with it. Now I had some bat stickers in my stash at home that I used on these projects, and so here I'm going to just go ahead and take one of those and just throw them up there to kind of hide where that comes together at. So there's the top. And then I would take my dimensional tape, my adhesive there, and I would put it on the back here, and then I would just slide him right in there. And he's pretty much done, other than...
And then you use white paint on the edge?
I used white paint on the outside of it. And of course I would paint it before I put everything in there. But yeah, the white paint. And then I just took, whatever ephemera I had and, put some pieces down here and decorated them up with a few stickers with a little bit of ephemera. Another thing that I found, I should have said that when I was talking about, so look at that. That's how quick we put our second one together.
And then you can just really embellish them with anything Halloween that you have.
You really can, and that's the nice thing.
It doesn't have to be bats.
No,
it can be
anything.
Pumpkins or jack-o'-lanterns.
On the outside of this one, on the front side, because you really can't run paper along the front edge of the hoop because there's just too much cutting that would be involved in that, and I didn't want to do that much. And I knew that I was using the spider web here, and I was using the spider web to trim the inside of the hoop. So I just got into my stash at home and got my stamps out, and I used a spider web stamp and black ink and just stamped all the way around it. So your stamps will work. Any kind of stamp will work on that.
Very clever. So that's just stamping.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I can see it. Extreme close-up, guys.
Yep. Or if if you're really good with a black marker or a zig pen or something like that, go ahead and use that.
That sounds
too,
like a lot of work, but
it is.
Okay.
If you're a doodler and you want to sit in front of the TV and doodle it, you can certainly do that. But yeah, the black ink and a stamp, and look how nice it shows up on there.
Yeah,
it really does show up nice. So those are really easy things to do. To decorate, I always want to call it a frame, but decorate your hoop. So you can stamp, you can ink, you can paint, you can use paper, anything that you want to use to go around that. Washi tape, yep. And then like I did on the FaBOOlous one, on the cat one, we used ribbon at the top just to kind of decorate that up. The one other thing I really enjoy about doing these hoops is you can set them on stands like we did here, or because it has its own little hanger right in there. You can hang that up right there, if you have a place to hang it up on the wall. So it's really easy to do. You can just hang it up. And this one, you just decorate up a little bit rather than put ribbon on there, but you could certainly add some ribbon onto that with no problem. I think twine or ribbon would work really well. So lots of fun.
Kimberly says adorable ideas, Peggy, and I agree. Lots and lots of hearts.
They're just so easy to do. I mean, quick, and like someone had said, to do it with a project to do with your grandkids or with your own kids. I guess I have grandkids.
And how much are the hoops?
I don't know how much they are.
They're not priced?
Marked. Nope, they're not marked. I just took them out of the.
How much are the hoops?
Ring the bell again.
Maybe it's
I don't think they're very much. I don't think they're a whole lot. We just got the 6-inch hoops back in.
Yeah.
Diana's going to go look for us, find out how much they are.
Yes, cute and easy and fairly inexpensive.
Yes.
Very big ones are $3.49.
The 10-inch ones are $3.49,
So less
and
than
Diana's
that.
checking on the 6-inch ones. But yeah, inexpensive projects that you can do, and they're just really cute little home decor accents. If you use the page pieces, you're looking at, these are going to be under $10 total.
Yeah.
So I think they make a great gift for like people in your office, or just friends in general. If you have like a book club or things like that, I think would be a lot of fun.
We are out of the stencil that Peggy used on hers, but
$2.99 for the 6-inch hoops.
The 6-inch hoops are
$2.99.
Yep. You know what, Peggy? I'm going to take a walk over to
Yeah,
the
the
Merry
big one?
Makers so we can go see your hoop,
See the one
and you
for
can
that?
tell us
Yeah.
about that. And Merry Makers is going to be November 10th and 11th, and we still have spots available.
Yeah.
We've got a variety of projects. This is Katie's gift card holder. We're doing some cards. There's a little bit of glare on that. Sorry, ladies. Kelly's doing a hanger project. Diane's doing a folio. But there is the hoop. You want to pull that up? Oh,
Look,
and
it's
Maggie
tied.
has this mixed media project. Oh, it's
It's tied in there, so we can't, but we'll talk about it
it's
anyway.
beautiful. Now, this is a 10-inch one,
This
right?
is a 10-inch hoop, and it is done using the vintage 'Tis the Season paper, which is what we're using with our Memory Makers, or our Merry
gorgeous.
Makers line. And it incorporates some folding of paper, easy folds that you'll learn about in the class. We glittered things up because when we decorate for Christmas, or at least in my house, when I decorate for Christmas, I like the sparkle, I like the glitter.
Yeah.
I maybe don't like it so much after the holiday when I have to clean it up, but boy, it sure looks pretty during the holiday.
And we can't see because it's tied down, and
Yeah,
in
we
the
can't pull it
shadow
out.
we don't really see the sparkle much, but it is gorgeous, you guys.
So
And
it's
then
a
the
nice
tree
little
is
tree.
a special technique that she's going to show
Yep.
you, folding, and so. All
Yeah,
right.
so many things, so many ways that you can decorate the frames or the hoops. And like we said, an inexpensive gift, an inexpensive home decor piece, and so many possibilities. Once you get started on it, I really think that you'll love doing them because they're quick, they're easy. What I liked is they gave me a break from doing layouts and kind of gave me a different way to think about things. So I've got some new ideas that I want to bring to my layouts just because I've done those hoops. So
Should we look at the calendar and see who's here tomorrow? I can't remember.
I know.
Who?
It's Kelly with all of her Get Well
Oh,
cards.
her Get Well cards.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
thanks for joining us today. And Kelly will be here tomorrow. And happy crafts.